That's very much outside the scope of this video. Just know that any files listed here are in something called the main bundle, and you can pass in nil, and then this method will assume that this file is somewhere in here, which represents basically your project folder. Now, let's grab that person object, give that person object to our newly created person view controller, and now we can push this new person view controller object onto the navigation controller stack, and the navigation controller will display it. So, to reference back to the navigation controller that this view is sitting inside of, remember that we're doing this inside of peopleviewcontroller.m, and an instance of peopleviewcontroller is sitting inside of a navigation controller when our app launches. So we can reference back to the navigation controller that this view is currently inside of using the navigation controller property. So when you add a view controller to a navigation controller's view controller stack, the navigation controller will set that view controller's navigation controller property to itself so that that view controller can reference back to whatever navigation controller it's sitting inside of. In other words, we can reference the navigation controller like this, self.navigationcontroller. And now we use a method, pushViewController, pview, animated yes. We say yes for animated so that the navigation controller will visually animate the pushing of that new view controller by sliding off the old view and sliding in the new one. And now we can run the application. So you can see if we select a row, our person view controller is instantiated and pushed onto the navigation controller stack. You can see that automatically the navigation controller creates a back button to go back to the previous view controller, and it sets the title of that back button to the title of the previous view controller. So the title here is people, so when we drill down into a new view, the back button says people. And the last thing we want to do is indicate to the user that this row can be tagged.